Guess what? This is Chris Kendall from TheRawAdvantage.com coming at you with a bit of a fun video. Sick for the first time in 14 years. You better believe it. Ego didn't really want me to bring this up. Pride did not want me to share this. But, I've been very happy and boastful that I hadn't been sick in 14 years. And I feel legitimate in saying that. I would say 100% I've had a tickle in my throat. I've sneezed a few times. I've had some watery eyes, but I've never had anything that has knocked me out, had anything that has made me feel like I gotta really take a rest, I gotta really take a day off and just sleep it out. Not physically, emotionally, mentally, maybe physically from wearing myself out with my muscles, I felt like, oh, I'm gonna take a break, but not where I'm coughing up phlegm and sneezing and have headaches. And that's what I got. That's what I had, I suppose. It was 3 days ago that it really first came on, but I think this has been kind of precipitated for weeks, months, and possibly even years. Since my last fast 2 years ago, I've had many occasions where I really felt, geez, you know what, I could take a week in a cave and just relax, not really talk with anyone, not do anything with the computer, just meditate, sleep a lot, and chill. I felt that multiple times even since January. Immediately when I went to Hawaii, that's what I wanted to do, and I apologize to anyone that didn't get 100% devotion and love for me. I was in a little bit of a trying spot and felt like I really needed rest more than anything else, but doing what I do, living the lifestyle I live, I really feel that call to love and service, and just to communion and to community and to hang out with as many people as I can and meet up with friends, old and new. So I stretched myself thin. That's why I've gotten to this point, I feel. This retreat season's been pretty long. Last year, I kind of went from being stressed about trying to finish my Cravings Blusters book and having everything crash on me after a pretty tough Woodstock Fruit Festival that left me feeling like I needed time off that I didn't really give myself, to retreats back to back, and then other stuff and this and that. Absolutely not complaining. I feel so blessed by all the opportunities I've had, all the growth I've had, all the friendships and love and relationships shared. It's been ridiculously amazing. But I do feel that it has become a poignant reminder that we need to treat ourselves with unconditional loving service first and foremost, so that we can really treat others and give others our full love and attention. I just finished Dr. Sam's retreat. It was a blessing. It was really fun, and I poured my heart into the food. But other than that, I had a hard time. I'm sure some of you who were there at the retreat may say otherwise, but I wanted to be a little bit more present, and I found that challenging. You know that you need a break when you find it challenging to really connect and converse with people for a long period of time. You know you're not feeling yourself, and you need a break when food doesn't start tasting good, when you're not interested in food, in raw food, you need a break when you get a little bit irritable or when old thought patterns come up. And I've had resurgences and reemergences of those things over the last few weeks and months, and it came to a head literally the day after the retreat. My throat got sore, got a headache, my wrist started hurting a little bit more than before, my muscles felt sore, I was coughing and sneezing a lot. Sneezing that started during the retreat, I had to excuse myself a few times, and I had to admit, you know what, I'm actually sick, and I wore myself thin, and I haven't been sleeping enough, and you're only as strong as your weakest link. I had a few links there that I had stretched thin, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that each and every day that doesn't necessarily mean that over the last 2 years I haven't had weeks and months where I felt pretty damn amazing. But I do think I've cut myself short in a lot of areas for a long period of time, and this season it caught up with me. So I feel blessed by the reminder that raw foods aren't invincible. I've had a lot of people tell me that when I've sneezed before, like, what the heck, you're a healthy raw food guy, you can't sneeze. Well, it's important to note that anyone on any lifestyle, any diet, if they run themselves low in vitality, they can definitely get sick. You can definitely catch something, and when your defenses are low, that's when you're most susceptible. Even when you're on a raw food diet, optimally healthy and optimally fit and getting enough sleep, all those things, you can run into something that's going to give you a sneeze. It tells you your system's working, that your defenses are working, your white blood cells are working, your body's trying to get rid of stuff through your mucus, through your lymph, through anything, and that's a natural, healthful thing. To have absolutely no reaction it's not necessarily a healthful thing. I've still had some times in seasons where I've had a bit of a runny nose for a few days and a change of season. Doesn't mean I'm getting sick or the diet isn't working for me. It means that there's a bunch of stuff up in the atmosphere, all pollen and stuff like that, just causing some irritation, There's this one time I was at my good friend's, the Wells' house in Marina Del Rey, and I spent a month with him. This is just before I started working with Steve Barra at the barracks as a living coach. And I remember the first 2 days I was there, I got the runniest nose, I was sneezing all the time, my eyes were watering, my throat was all backed up. And they're laughing at me like, oh, you haven't been sick in 11 or 12 years, raw food doesn't work and blah, 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 Mr. Healthy, and just laughing at me and stuff like that. And, they're doing it in loving spirit, but they're making fun. It was kind of funny. It's like, I'm going to make the TheRawAdvantage or the Cooked Food Advantage website and blah, blah, blah. Pat, love you. And anyways, within a few days after, it cleared up, but then we also found out that there was black mold all throughout his house. I was having a very healthful response. My body's trying to get rid of those spores, that black mold within my system, because that stuff is incredibly toxic, incredibly dangerous. That's just one example. You could catch a virus, you could get exposed to a virus, or you could be exposed to some bacteria that your body's never dealt with, and your body's going to come up with some symptoms to produce the antibodies to get rid of it through the mucous membrane. And again, that's all healthful responses. It's when we're not paying attention to all the links of our health. Dr. Sam, PT, he's got awesome books. It really covers those 8 links of health. There can be more if you want, but those 8 links really cut it really good. Air, water, rest, exercise, food, love, and 2 others that you have to get the book to see, because I can't remember them right now. But maybe I'll post them below, or if you go to my post, I'll actually post them in my post with a link to his book, because I love it and promote it myself. But anyhow, what did I do? Maybe you're interested in what I did when I got a little bit under the weather here. Yeah, the first day I felt really, really off. I just drank juices, and I drank about 4 liters of tea. And some people are like, oh my god, tea, yeah. You know what, I'm on the Farm of Life. I love this place. Brian Jody Calvi, the awesomest hosts out here. farmoflifecr.com. Maybe here next season for my retreats, Dr. Sam's and stuff. But anyways, I'm on this beautiful organic permaculture farm, and there's an abundance of fresh herbs, amazing herbs. So with the help of my friend Shiny Stefan, he's also a volunteer here, he made me some awesome teas, and it was mostly holy basil, oregano, there was some ginger, some turmeric, some cinnamon, what else? I think we even had a little bit of sage in there. So I had like 4 liters of this tea, which are just all immune stimulating. Now I know there's a huge topic about stimulation and about herbs and about hygiene, and trust me, I'm aware of both sides of the fence, and I'll do another future post all about this. Post your questions below about that. I'm not looking for a debate here, but I will post about that. So the first day I had a whole bunch of tea, got myself all warmed up. It definitely soothed the throat, made me feel great. Went to sleep, and I slept. I slept for, went to bed at I think 8, and I slept until 3 in the afternoon. Did a little bit of computer work, drank 2 swallows of water the second day. That's seriously it. I wasn't even drawn to any fluids. I wasn't drawn to anything. I didn't really hang out with anyone. I stayed in bed, 2 swallows of water, did a bit of computer work, watched a movie, went back to bed by 8 at night, and slept again until today, until like 6. Feel freaking good today. Have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, a little bit of sneezing. I coughed up a little bit of phlegm, but I feel good. I don't have any headaches. I don't have a hoarse throat or anything like that. And tomorrow I'm leaving back to Saskatoon, saying farewell to the farm. And I'm thinking I'm just going to stick on this fasting program all throughout the airport until I get home, and then break my fast maybe on day 4 or 5. with some juice or some simple whole fruit, whatever's looking the best back at home with loved ones, and ease my way back into it. I've been thinking, after a season of retreating and of making some pretty fancy food, I'm going to cut that down and eat really simply. I've been calling for that. Definitely my body's been asking for it, but being a chef, sometimes, you're at the lows of what you're supposed to be making, which for me, it's all simple, it's all good, but when you eat it back to back to back to back to back, when, for me, I feel my best when I eat it maybe once every week or 2 weeks or a month, I'm used to mono meals. So that's where I'm at now. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm sure I could talk about, and if you have any questions, any comments, anything from this you'd like me to talk about, let me know below. I'm climbing back up. I think getting sick having one day off in 14 years says pretty freaking awesome things for the raw food diet. I have been on the raw food diet for 9 years now. Raw vegan 9 years. I've had my fits and falls, but I don't know anyone who hasn't. For the last 14 years I've been following the principles of natural hygiene and utilizing basically fruit for breakfast, food combining vegetarian to vegan to raw vegan diet, and 14 years for cold. Really because lack of sleep, overeating late at night, overeating fancy meals and spicy foods. I've been eating hot peppers more than I probably would like to, which kind of hurt my throat a little bit. A little bit of emotional and social relationship stresses that have gone on this year, and just stretching myself thin. I think putting a little bit more service out than I've given myself in, and much love to everyone out there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Could use a big energetic cyber hug and some extra love right now. Healing up fast. Wrist obviously too. When I went to Hawaii and I was looking for some time off and relaxation, I broke my wrist. It was perfect and in its place. But at the same time, that was a physical, mental stressor, which I count my blessings. 5 years ago, with everything that's gone on in the last year, I would have been a wreck emotionally and mentally. But, as with anything, the things you practice, the things you put energy into, which for me is calm, peace, and love within my mind, within my heart, definitely been growing. Plant the seeds, ring with repetition, and I'm just so grateful that I'm in such a calm, balanced state as far as everything going on. So I'm rambling a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, just talking how to think of the video. Sending some love, and a whole bunch more fun videos coming soon. Back to Woodstock, my retreats, new retreats, on the road, chemtrail, rehabilitation, skateboard videos, yoga videos, recipe videos. I got a lot going on. If you haven't checked out 101 freaking lots of recipes, check that stuff out. $10 at my site or by donation. Beautiful shirts like this. Got like 10 shirts, panties, hats. Oh my! Shameless self-promotion. Cyber hug. Much love again. Use some seasonal fruit. Candle out. Woo!
Sick video. Shameless self-promotion.